Well, look like Raw trying to be terrible once again as always. I'm confused here. Really confused. Name my topic is called Brutal and Bedlam in in hold on a second. Brutal and Bedlam in Buffalo, New York. Is WrestleMania 41 gonna be in more deep shit? So much I have to say, and I'm still disgusted about heel seeing his heel turn. And if Cena wins at WrestleMania 41 against Cody Rhodes, it's gonna be 2004 5 over again, and I'm done. That's all I can say about if I watch Elimination Chambers Toronto last Saturday night. Before I start out my video, I'm gonna open the show a little bit of music. I'm gonna show this song, the number one hit single from 1995 called "I Know" by one of my favorite songs when I was little called "I Know" by Dion Ferris. So stick around, right back. Let me get to me and find the music right quick. Yeah, it's called "I Know" by Dion Ferris of Arrested Development, her solo career. One hit single for 1995. A little song, a mix of R&B and alternative rock. So stick around, right back and get the music playing right quick. Yep, I know. Dion Ferris, one of my favorite songs from 1995. Um, yeah, all you just heard. Yep, my favorite song when I was little, I was 6 going on 7. I know by Dion Ferris of Arrested Development, number one single for 1995. Let's get down to business with tonight's show. Man, hell was John Cena thinking last Saturday night, man? Okay, then now Together Forever opens. WWE video leads us into the show. We see a shot of Allegiant Stadium, the home of WrestleMania 41, which, which will happen in 47 days. We see the Key Bank Center in Buffalo, New York, the site of tonight's WWE Raw. Video highlights from Elimination Chamber 2025 Toronto this past Saturday night in Toronto, including a sneak peek of John Cena's epic heel turn, and I don't give a shit. Michael Cole says he's still trying to wrap his head around what John Cena did at Elimination Chamber. We take a deeper look later at that later tonight. Pre-show arrivals: Raw Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley was shown arriving at the Key Bank Center earlier today. Io Sky is shown arriving with Dakota Kai. Bianca Belair, the Women's Elimination Chamber winner, is in attendance to watch the Women's World Championship. American May is shown working out in the ring earlier today. A black check drives into the arena in anger, and in anger, CM Punk emerges. Punk charges through the backstage with a wild look in his eyes. He goes through the grill position and makes his entrance, and grabs a microphone from a stage hand before ripping the lid off the commentary table. CM Punk talks about what happened at Elimination Chamber. CM Punk stands on the commentary table and says he wants to start this show off with a bang. This will be fun for him because he will get them. This will be fun for him because he will get them canceled from Netflix. This is a State of the Union address. They're on the road to WrestleMania 41, an event some people think he's exhausted all opportunities to main event the show, so he'll address his enemies. Since his name is CM Punk, that means everyone. Who do you start with? Who is his first target? Punk wants a name. The crowd starts to shout. Pat McAfee shouts, "The Rock." Punk has the camera to come up close. Punk says, "Listen up, Dwayne, you bald fraud." The Rock thinks he's immune from criticism because he's on the board of directors of TKO. He doesn't know who he's dealing with. He's dealing with the best in the world. Punk is middle-aged crazy. He marched through hell to get opportunities in WWE after returning. The Rock is Mr. Midlife Crisis, and he thinks he can walk in when he feels like it. The Rock hides behind the fact that he thinks he's the biggest star here. Punk will love to say this to his face, but he hasn't graced us with his bullshit, and makes him and taps to his arm, mock the Rock's goosebumps. Punk has never been more delusional and desperate to wear a fake title and allow CM Punk chant fires up. Punk wants to have the people's champion because he's earned it. Punk has never been more desperate to sell his soul. That brings him to John Cena. We can all see through him. Cena stole something from him in the Elimination Chamber. After 20 years of hustle, loyalty, and respect, Punk didn't gave him the benefit of the doubt for not qualifying. Punk won't make that mistake. The people see that Cena was selling bullshit, something Punk has known for a long time. Punk never gave up in the Elimination Chamber. Cena gave up on himself, the people, and the kids. The joke is on Cena. Punk will see him down the road and get his hands on the bald frauds. Cena will make a wish that he never crossed him. Now for the man of the hour, the person who currently has all of his undivided attention, little brother Seth Rollins. Becky Lynch had better come out and get her man because got to him. He put him in a wheelchair. Burn it down. Punk jumps off the commentary table and charges up the aisleway. Seth Freakin' emerges from the back and immediately begins to brawl with Punk. WWE officials and the referees immediately break them up. They break free and brawl down the aisleway. Raw general manager Adam Pearce comes out and sends more security down the ring. Punk and Rollins continue to brawl. They avoid security brawl into the ring. The crowd chants, "Holy shit!" Security pulls them apart, but Rollins fights off ringside. Punk and Rollins brawl. Punk and Rollins brawl in Raw against the barricade, and Rollins falls over the crowd. The crowd is literally buzzing. Rollins jumps over the barricade and goes after Punk. The fight and tumble over the announce table, and Pat McAfee shouts, "Holy shit, Cole!" The crowd chants, "Oh, this is awesome!" They finally pulled apart. Pierce stands in the middle of the ring, and Rollins breaks through to jump Punk, and Punk once again Rollins is pulled away and throws the ball at Punk before going up the aisleway and piles a wild look in his eyes. Commercial break. In the video, many of the fans and podcasts react to John Cena's heel turn. We'll see from more of it later tonight. Replay highlights from the brawl between CM Punk and Seth Rollins moments ago. During the commercial, they continue to brawl into the crowd before they finally being separated. Replay last week on Raw, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Bianca Belair and Naomi to win the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Judgment Day Clubhouse segment. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are hanging out with the rest of the Judgment Day. Morgan asks Finn Balor if he's okay. Balor says he's happy for the new champs, even though Morgan lost in the Elimination Chamber. What he can't get past is Dominic Mysterio and Carlito getting embarrassed by Braun Breaker. Yeah, I'm confused about Braun Breaker. Is he a heel, face, or a tweener? That's what I want to know. This doesn't make sense. For him to be babyface after he did some bad shit, not too long ago, just make no sense. Mysterio points out that Balor had a chair in his hand and nothing happened if they had a new member. Balor says they don't need one. He'll deal with Breaker tonight. Mysterio asks Morgan about Jade Cargill in the chamber. Morgan says she's staying out of that. In the arena, Otis is in the ring with Alpha Academy. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther makes his entrance. Gunther wants to explain some things to Otis before he embarrasses him. Gunther knows Otis is as strong as an ox. Some may call him a freak of nature, but he's just another freak to Gunther. Otis is like Jey Uso, a people pleaser who makes a clown of himself to entertain a degenerate audience. Otis does not belong in the sacred ring. The people don't cheer Otis because they don't like him. They pity him. As Otis look in the mirror, Gunther has what he saw was him wearing a belt, a World Heavyweight Championship belt as a belt. Otis can't find a belt that fits. And Otis chant picks up. Gunther says the sad thing Otis can't be great is he had just a little bit of self-respect. Gunther will teach him some respect right now, just like Jey Uso at WrestleMania. Gunther blindsides him with a big boot. Non-title, Otis with Alpha Academy, Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree versus World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General Gunther. Referee Daniel Amphibio. The bell rings and Gunther punches and stumps Otis down. Gunther pulls him up to his feet, but Otis quickly fights back and with some clubs to the corner. Gunther quickly kicks him in the knee, and applies a side headlock and whips him off and absorbs a shoulder tackle. The Gunther kicks him and tries for another shoulder tackle. Otis absorbs it, so Gunther boots him and knocks him out of the ring. Gunther slaps him in the face from outside the ring. That angers Otis. Otis rips Gunther in the ring and hits a fall away slam on the floor. Commercial break. We return from the break to see Gunther applying a face to Otis. Otis starts to fight up. So Gunther knees him in the ribs to get Owens gets to his feet. So Gunther hold on a second. Gunther pie faces him and absorbs a big boot and gets fired up. Gunther crushes him with a big boot to the jaw for a 2 count. Gunther applies a set hell lock, but Owens takes him down with a back suplex. Owens gets to his feet and Gunther starts to chop him. Owens absorbs a number of them and rips his t-shirt off. They exchange chops before Otis hits a headbutt in the clothesline. Sends the World Heavyweight champion to the corner and avalanches him. Gunther quickly boots him in the back and charges him. Owens lifts him and hits a scoop slam. Owens hits an avalanche with a back elbow and take him down into the canvas. Owens gets to the crowd going. Gunther gets up and charges, but Owens slams it down. Owens connects with a cowbell elbow for a 2 count. Gunther goes for a Vader bomb, but Gunther moves. Gunther connects with a Tyrannosaurus drop kick before attempting a power bomb. Owens connects with a backdrop body drop. Gunther quickly starts to fight back with stiff clubs with a nasty big boot. Gunther pulls to his feet. Gunther leveling him with a lariat. Gunther covers for a near fall. Gunther pulls Owens to his feet and sets up another for a powerbomb. Gunther somehow executes the move for the win. Winner by pinfall, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Gunther looks down at Owens and applies a sleeper hold, and Tozawa gets back in the ring and jumps on Gunther's back. Gunther fights him off and gives a powerbomb onto Otis. Gunther goes to hit Otis with a powerbomb onto Tozawa. But main event Jey Uso hits the ring to a huge ovation. Gunther attacks him. He attacks him. Gets in the ring. The Uso gets the better of him and hits a spear. Uso holds up a World Heavyweight Championship with A-Tay down under, attacks him from behind. They double team Uso before he fights him off with a super kick and a spear. Gunther then comes up from behind and wraps Jey Uso in a sleeper hold. Gunther pulls him down to the mat and puts him in a sleeper hold. Gunther gets up and puts a foot on Uso as he holds up the title. Raw Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. Io Sky says she respects Ripley, but she's still victorious when they fight in NXT. When she faces Ripley again, she'll take a rightful spot at the top of the division and go to WrestleMania 41. Ripley says she'll continue to dominate because Mommy is always on top. The WWE Raw Recap podcast debuts tomorrow. I wonder what happened to this TV the bump. That showed the bump. Yeah. Well, it's on hiatus, I know. We go to commercial break. UFC lightweight fighter Clay Guida is at ringside. More online reactions to John Cena's heel turn Elimination Chamber. Backstage interview. Kathy Kelly asks AJ Styles about the ending of the Elimination Chamber. Styles can't believe John Cena sold out. Karrion Kross embraces him from behind and says it's not surprising. Kross tries to start a pot with Styles. regarding Logan Paul. Styles says he's not John Cena. The WWE Universe needs a member of who he is. Next Monday, New York City, Madison Square Garden, he'll call Logan Paul out to see if he can back up and talk trash. Back up to talk trash. After Cross trying to beat the devil on his shoulder, God knows his evil ways. Styles walks off, Cross smiles, and says that was easy. MC's match, Intercontinental Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Ivy Nine versus Lyra Valkyrie. Referees Eddie Orango. Bell rings and Valkyrie immediately drop kicks Nile. Valkyrie takes Nile and backs her into the corner. Nile reverses a whip, but Valkyrie jumps over her and hits a hip toss into a cover for a 1 count. Valkyrie sends her into the ropes. Valkyrie flips her over, but Nile clotheslines her down. Nile whips Valkyrie into the corner. Valkyrie sweeps the feet and hits a basement drop kick. Valkyrie connects with a Northern Light suplex for a 2 count. Nile rolls out of the ring to recover, so Valkyrie hits a wrecking ball drop kick to the floor. Valkyrie gets her in the ring and goes for a second rope. Nile quickly hits a dragon screw off the ropes. Nile hits a second dragon screw, and Valkyrie holds her knee in the pain. Then go to commercial break. We come back from the break. We see Nile attacking the knee. Valkyrie rolls her up for a 2 count. Valkyrie gets a backslide pin for another 2 count. Nile attacks and backs her into a corner before putting her on the top rope. Valkyrie goes for a cross-body block, but Nile rolls through. Valkyrie manages to power a sit-out powerbomb. Valkyrie clutches her knee in pain but cannot follow up. Valkyrie hits a pair of clotheslines and hobbles around. Nile blocks a kick, but Valkyrie drops her with an enziguri. Nile attempts a tornado DDT, but Nile blocks it and powers her up for a vertical suplex for a 2 count. Valkyrie is shot. Nile scoops her up, but Valkyrie rolls her through a 2 count. Nile kicks Valkyrie against the ropes. Valkyrie reverses a whip. It's a rolling neck breaker. Valkyrie goes for a Nightwing, but her knee gives out. Nile clubs her from behind, and it's a knee break. It's a knee breaker. Followed by a sit-out powerbomb 1-2. Valkyrie kicks out. Nile immediately transitions into an ankle lock. Valkyrie screams in pain before getting to the bottom rope for a break. Nile pulls Valkyrie to the center of the ring and goes for a slam, but Valkyrie counters into a roll for a 2 count. Nile turns her inside with a German suplex. Nile charges, but Valkyrie moves. Valkyrie hits a reverse headlock backbreaker, followed by a Nightwing for a win. Winner by pinfall, still Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie. Valkyrie WWE Evolve Tubi debuts on Tubi this Wednesday. Replay from the footage from CM Punk's fire promo to kick off the show is shown. He then got into a massive brawl with Seth freaking Rollins. Backstage segment, Jackie Redmond catches up with an irate Seth freaking Rollins, but he sees CM Punk and charges him. They brawl again, but they are quickly pulled apart. Commercial break. This is the 18th WWE Raw from Buffalo. Dion Dawkins of the Buffalo Bills at ringside. He gets a huge ovation. Moments ago, Seth Rollins and CM Punk got into another brawl. In the parking garage, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is yelling at Seth freaking Rollins. He says that and he'll ensure that CM Punk doesn't make it to WrestleMania. This is a hill he'll die on. He wants Rollins to finish it. And Pearce says Rollins will battle CM Punk in Madison Square Garden next week in a steel cage match. Pearce tells Rollins to finish it. You gotta be kidding me. Can't they make this match at WrestleMania? Steel cage match? WrestleMania Vegas? Oh boy, this is stupid. Ludwig Kaiser dresses Penta. Ludwig Kaiser is in the ring Last week, he beat Penta and Pete Dunne in a triple threat match. Kaiser demands their gratitude. Kaiser has taken him back to the attention that Penta has had for the last few weeks, but he's deserved it for such a long time. Kaiser says they can be boo, but he's a future world championship whether they like it or not. If Penta thinks he can consider they have unfinished business, he might want to reconsider what John Cena did to Cody Rhodes last Saturday. Is nothing to what he's done. What he's prepared. Is nothing. What John Cena did to Cody Rhodes last Saturday is nothing to what he's prepared to do to him. They say Penta has no fear, but when he's done with him, Penta will know what fear feels like. Penta makes his entrance and charges down to the ring. Penta hits a hurricanrana in a super kick. Penta goes for a slam, but Kaiser escapes the ring. Kaiser punches him back and gets in the ring, but Penta drops him with a reverse sling blade. Kaiser sends him over the top rope, but Penta skins the cat and pulls Kaiser out. Kaiser gets on the apron, but Penta hits a springboard clothesline. Penta then charges and hits her top cone Helio. Penta stands tall in the ring. Backstage interview. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Bianca Belair. She wants to know if Belair has spoken to Jade Cargill and Naomi. Belair doesn't want to talk about that. She wants to focus on who she's facing at WrestleMania. In the main event, Rhea Ripley will defend the Raw Women's World Championship against Io Sky. Backstage segment. The Creed brothers are walking backstage. They'll battle the Royal Raiders for the World Tag Team Championship next. Video, Chad Gable is shown in Mexico. He approaches a woman and asks if she knows this guy. She knows her name on a flashcard. Gable asks a few others, with no luck finding the person. Gable comes across an old man. We don't see his face. Gable asks if he'll help him fight the luchadors. The man says he can't fight what he doesn't understand. He has to become a luchador. Gable asks the man what he has to do. Gable gives him some money for a box. The man says there is power beyond his understanding. Gable opens the box, but we don't see what is in there. Replay 3 weeks ago, the Creed brothers intentionally got disqualified against the War Raiders. They beat up the War Raiders to send a message. World Tag Team Championship, the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius Creed versus the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, champions. Referee is Chad Patton. Today is Ivar's birthday. The Creed brothers start against Eric. They lock up and tussle around the ring for a position. Julius ducks a right hand and right hand powers him into the corner to shove each other. Julius takes him down, but Brutus Creed tags in. Brutus beats Eric down, and Julius tags in. The Creed brothers double team Eric with stumps for a 2 count. Brutus tags in, but Eric screw slams him. Ivar tags in with a pair of clotheslines. Julius distracts Ivar, so Brutus attacks him from behind. The Creed brothers send Ivar onto the ropes. He runs through a double clothesline before hitting a handspring back elbow. Eric tags in and whips Ivar into Julius. Eric then whips Julius into Ivar for a clothesline. Brutus is taken down. And Eric scoop slams Ivar onto him. Ivar tags back in and uppercuts Julius. Ivar heads to the second rope, but Julius drop kicks him off the top rope to the floor. Ivar crashes and burns to the floor. The Creed brothers send Ivar to the steel steps. Then commercial break. Back from the break, the Creed brothers hit Ivar with a double team delayed vertical suplex. Brutus covers for a 2 count. Ivar soon fights back and hits Brutus with a senton. Julius tags in and Ivar stops Ivar from making the tag, but Ivar kicks him away. Eric tags in when he hits a pair of clotheslines before hitting an exploder suplex. Eric tags in, but Eric slams him down. Eric sends Julius to the corner, but Julius slingshots him over. Eric drop kick, then drop kicks him down and lets a screen out a screen. Eric gets the crowd going, and needs Julius in the face. Ivar tags in. They hit a double team, bounce into the power slam for a near fall. Eric tags in. Eric tags in. The War Raiders go for a double powerbomb, but Julius gets out of it. Julius knees Eric and sends Ivar into the ring post. Julius hits Eric with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex before tagging Brutus in. Julius hits Eric with an Olympus slam, but Brutus falls up with a 450 splash. Yes, that was Brutus. Eric kicks out at 2. Julius tags in and lifts Eric, but he slides off. Ivar is not on the apron. Julius chops Eric up the top rope. Ivar gets onto the apron and tags in. Julius hits Eric with a Riles suplex. Bruce goes for a moonsault, but Eric moves. Ivar heads to the top rope for a moonsault, but Bruce moves. Julius leaps to the top rope and hits a picture-in-picture shooting star press 1-2. Ivar kicks out. The crowd is into this match now. Ivar kicks Julius in the face and tags Eric in. Julius hits a cartwheel body slam before tagging Brutus in. American Made goes for a Brutus ball. Eric avoids it. Eric sends Julius out of the ring. Ivar then smashes Julius into the leg apron with a cross body. Ivar tags in and he hit the War Machine on Brutus for the win. Wins by pinfall and still WWE Tag Team Champion, Raw Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. Highlights from the Wild Sanction match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber. WWE Elimination Chamber. Owens has annihilated the injured Zayn and defeating him. Randy Orton then made his return to take out Owens before he can hit Punk with a Punk kick to the skull. WWE officials stopped Orton. Michael Cole, Sami Zayn is out indefinitely. Indefinitely? Piece of shit Owens. I mean, first NXT TakeOver rival, and now this shit. Man, WWE, Triple H, how many times are you going to do this to Sami Zayn? How many times are you going to make him never beat Kevin Owens? What is this, 2015 all over again? Between these two in NXT? Once again, you shit on Sami Zayn. You can never let Sami Zayn beat Kevin Owens. Never. This is stupid. Joaquin Wilder sarcastically congratulates the New Day on beating them up last week. Cruz del Toro says they can take their hearts. Dragon Lee says they are stronger than ever. The New Day couldn't finish them off. Rey Mysterio emerges and says they should have finished what they started. The New Day had better savor it. Next week on Raw, they will give the New Day the worst Monday of their life when they fight in a Tornado Tag Team match. No tags or DQs. Mysterio's proud of LWO. They say New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. Backstage saying Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, Raw Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley is preparing for the main event. Her opponent is Io Sky. Is shown stretching backstage. Finn Balor's in the ring. Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker is in the crowd. Balor says the only reason Breaker has the title is because the Judgment Day allows him to have it. Breaker says he has the title because he is a dog. Last week he is embarrassed of all of Judgment Day. Balor says he chews rookies like Braun Breaker up for breakfast. In this ring, he's untouchable. Balor can take the title anytime he likes. Breaker is clearly a little smarter than he looks. Breaker is up there hiding behind Jackie Redmond. The dogs won't be barking when they fight. They'll be watching him put Breaker down. Breaker charges down the steps and heads toward the ring. Balor waits for him. Breaker gets to the outside and thwarts a blindside by Carlito. Dirty Dum Dum tries to attack, but Breaker catches him and hits belly-to-belly suplex on the floor. Breaker gets in the ring, and Balor hits a sling blade. Breaker fights him off, but Balor takes him down and hits a double stomp. Breaker quickly pops up and hits a military press power slam. Breaker rips his t-shirt off and hits the ropes, but Mysterio pulls Balor out of the ring. Balor and Mysterio escape. Breaker goes to the outside and charges around the ring to hit Carlito with a spear onto the floor. Breaker stands tall in the ring. Video at WWE Elimination Chamber. American Nightmare Cody Rhodes refused to sell out to The Rock. John Cena, who had just won the Elimination Chamber, embraced Rhodes in celebration, only to look at The Rock with an intense face. The Rock made a float slit in motion. Cena kicked Rhodes in origin, kicked Rhodes in the groin and beat him down, selling his soul to the Rock. The beating of Rhodes was vicious. Cena stood on with his foot on Rhodes' head alongside Rock and Travis Scott. Next week from Raw in MSG, Madison Square Garden in New York City. Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller. The Tornado Tag Team match. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. AJ Styles calls out Logan Paul. Steel Cage match. CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. Main event, Jey Uso is walking backstage when Owens comes up to thank him for his help. Uso shakes his hands with him. Kathy Kelly then walks up to Uso. She asks if what happened out there was thrown off his game. Uso says it threw on him off a bit. It's the wrong time for that. Gunther was doubting himself. We walk up through a valley of the shadow of death to come out on top. Uso leaves the arena with no shirt on. All I'll say is this: Gunther, come WrestleMania 41, welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Yee! The tail of the tape for Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. Bianca Belair makes her entrance. She will face the winner of this match at WrestleMania Vegas, with the Women's World Championship on the line. Commercial break. Bianca Belair is at ringside to see who she will face at WrestleMania 41. Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley in the main event. The bell rings. Jessica Carter's referee. The bell rings and they circle around the ring. Ripley has never beaten Sky before. Ripley is taken down with a waist lock. Ripley powers her up, but Sky hooks a side headlock. Ripley quickly takes her down and hits a basement dropkick for a 2 count. Sky flips her through a back suplex in an attempt, but rolls her for a 1 count. Ripley rocks her through a right hand, but Sky comes back with a roll up for a 1 count. Sky avoids a big boot and goes for a Hurricanrana. Ripley powers her up and goes for an electric chair drop, but Sky counters up into a Ricky roll for a 2 count. Sky kicks her head and Ripley drops canavers and the crowd chants "Let's go Rhea." Sky goes for a 619, but Ripley avoids it. Ripley pulls her out of the ring and slings her twice on the ring apron before powering her into a vertical suplex on the floor. And go to commercial break. Moments before return from the break, Ripley hits Sky with a mount whistle drop kick for a 2 count. Ripley grabs Sky, but Sky holds the ropes and knocks her back. Sky fights back with a nasty but Sky fights back when it hits a nasty backstab. Both women are down. Sky gets up and uppercuts her before hitting a drop kick. Ripley reverses a whip into the corner, but Sky twists the apron and knocks her back. Sky hits a missile drop kick and kips up. Sky is fired up and goes for a bullet train attack. But Ripley moves and Ripley stomps the foot and hits a pair of short arms clotheslines. Ripley kicks her in the midsection and goes for a slam, but Sky rolls through and hits a double stomp for a midsection for a 2 count. They trade punches from their knees before getting to their feet. Ripley slaps Sky in the face and for a kick, but Sky avoids it. Sky takes her down for a crossface, but Ripley powers her up and goes for a roll up. But Ripley powers her up and slams her on her face before a near fall. Ripley cannot believe she didn't put Sky away. Ripley stomps into the midsection but goes for a prism lock. Sky counters out Ripley on an apron and Sky pulls into it. Ripley goes for a suplex, but Sky gets out and slams Ripley down for it on her shoulder. Ripley holds her shoulder in pain. Ripley rolls out of the ring and goes for a springboard, but she lands on her feet. But when Ripley moves, Sky charges, but Ripley turns her inside out with a vicious boot for a 2 count. Ripley grabs Sky for a riptide, but Sky counters with a DDT. Sky hits Ripley with a running boot in the corner. Sky heads to the top rope and hits an insane elbow for a near fall. Sky then applies an Oscar lock. Ripley powers her up and backs her into a corner a few times to get the hold out, out of the hole. Sky hits a running hip, gets a bullet attack. Sky goes to the top rope, but Ripley sweeps the feet. Ripley connects with a back suplex. 1-2, Sky kicks out. Ripley is super frustrated. The crowd chants, "This is awesome." Ripley locks Sky in a prison lock. Sky claws for a rock bottom rope, but she can't reach. Sky then twists to send Ripley into the ring post, and Ripley falls the corner and holds her shoulder in pain. Ripley gets on the apron. Sky goes for a sunset powerbomb, but Ripley holds the ropes. Sky pulls her off and powerbombs into the barricade. Sky gets her in the ring and hits an over the moonsault. 1-2. Rio gets a foot on the bottom rope. Ripley applauds the match. Ripley gets out of the ring and stumbles around. Sky hits the ropes and crushes Ripley with a suicide dive. Sky sets her for an outside moonsault, but Ripley pulls her down and slams her face first on the apron. Ripley then slams her face first on the commentary table. Both women are down. Jessica Carr starts to count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Ripley gets in the ring 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sky barely beats the count. Ripley cannot believe it. Ripley looks at Belair clapping for the match and leaves the ring to get in her face. Ripley shoves Belair down. Belair grabs Ripley and shoves her in front of the referee. Jessica Carr gets between them and is giving the leeway in this title match. Ripley grabs Sky and pulls her to the top rope. Belair says, "See you just here." Watch. Ripley goes for a springboard, riptide, and says, "See you at WrestleMania 41." Sky counters to the top rope, Hurricanrana. Sky immediately follows up and with an over the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. New champion. New champion is Io Sky. So it's Io Sky versus Bianca at WrestleMania 41. Io Sky will defend the Raw Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair. Io Sky holds up the title as Pirate Canets go off. Rhea Ripley has never defeated Sky. Rhea Ripley screams in frustration. Sky poses on the turnbuckles as the show ends at 10:32 p.m. Eastern. Raw will occur next week in New York City, Madison Square Garden. This makes no sense. Bianca Belair is on SmackDown, not Raw. This makes no sense. I mean, she should be going after the SmackDown Women's title, not the Raw Women's title. You know what I'm thinking? This is my opinion. I'm thinking that Tiffany Stratton probably took a page out of Nia Jax's, her former friend turned enemy's book. I bet you Tiffany Stratton probably whispered in that Bianca told when Tiffany Stratton probably must have told Bianca Belair to go to Raw to face either Io Sky or Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41 just so she can save her precious little SmackDown Women's title. But this makes no sense. It doesn't make sense to have a SmackDown, someone on SmackDown brand face of Raw, face somebody from Raw at WrestleMania 41. I mean, Bianca Belair is on the SmackDown brand, not Raw. I mean, it should have been a triple threat: Bianca versus Charlotte Flair and Io Sky. Bianca versus Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton. Annoying Tiffy time at WrestleMania 41 for the SmackDown Women's title. But this is really stupid. I bet you somehow, we all know Bianca's gonna win. I mean, and this just confuses me. I mean, Bianca Belair's on SmackDown, man, not Raw. This is the wrong show. I mean, WWE's trying to do that wild card shit. I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, oh, this makes no sense. We all know, Cody. We all know that Cena's gonna take that title from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. If Cena wins, it'll be 2005 all over again. And the hate against Cody Rhodes is just ridiculous. All of them are just a bunch of bullies. I mean, come on, show Cody some respect. The man's father, I mean, Dusty Rhodes, his father is dead. I mean, his father is in heaven right now. The American dream, Dusty Rhodes, the common man. I mean, just and who and who in the hell attacked Jade Cargill? I mean, who knows? Well, wait, we all know, but wait. Some of you think Naomi didn't do it, but I think she did do it. Well, we'll see a little proof, video proof, come probably Friday on SmackDown. So that's my review for all my breaking down from my review for all of you tonight. Now it's time for something I like to do. It's time for hold on, let me get the music. It's time for Justin's Talent History, all the history, birthdays, etc. All you hear things from Back to the Future, all you just heard. Starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, one of my favorite movies. Can't wait for his 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025, because the movie was released on July 3rd, 1985. Let's go to yesterday's March the 2nd. Oh, by the way, a little piece of history I've got for March the 1st. It was when Orlando Jordan beat John Cena for the U.S. title, and yet now he's turning out now Cena's a piece of crap right now. What he just did. Okay, let's go to yesterday's March the 2nd. Never mind. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's see. See. Yesterday is March the 2nd. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yesterday was a happy birthday to Polish wrestler Bianca. Now to become friends with Bianca Belair. She's a Polish wrestler, Bianca. Don't be confused with the EST. Mike Von she turned she Mike Bianca she turned 36 yesterday. Okay, Mike Von Erich he would have been 61. Mike Von Erich, he would have been 61 yesterday. He died April 12th, 1987. Okay, Lance Cade, he would have been 44 yesterday. He died August 13th, 2010, the drug overdose and heart attack. Mexican wrestler Lola Gonzalez turned 66 yesterday. Okay. Let's see what else. What else? Right here. Huh? Let's see. What else? See what else. See what else. Trying to see what else. What else? See, March the 2nd, okay, March the 2nd, 1965, a movie called Sound of Music was released in theaters starring Julia Andrews and the late Christopher Plummer. Very good movie, an Academy Award winning movie. And 1995, March the 2nd, 1995, at the Caryville Elementary School in Caryville, Tennessee. Boo Bradley defeated Billy Black, Ricky Morton, and Robert Gibson. Defeated Al Snow and Underborn at Smoky Mountain Tag Team titles. Mustafa SD and New Jack defeated Boo Bradley and Tracy Smothers. Dirty White Boy defeated Nature Boy Buddy Landell. See, trying to see. What you trying to see? Trying to treat something. Okay. See, okay, 2015, 15 on Monday Night Raw. The worst thing Triple H did was he fired Booker T. Monday Night Raw. The worst thing he did was he fired Booker T. I think the only reason why he fired, 2015, he fired Booker T just because he was supporting Sting and stuff. I mean, I think the reason why Triple H fired Booker T because just because he can't go, Triple H can't go because he thinks Booker T can't go over the fact that he can beat because he can't because Triple H gave him the short end of the stick at WrestleMania 19. He buried him in 2000 in SummerSlam 2007, where he buried him. And see, And let's see what else. Hope all of you enjoyed the Oscars yesterday. By the way, let's go to March the 3rd. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's go to today's now, March the 3rd. Okay, birthdays today. Yeah, Ivar of the War Raiders turns 41 today. Ivar of the War Raiders, yeah. And Mandy Leon turns 33 today. See, trying to see what else she say. Okay, on this day in 1975, the first ever People's Choice Awards begun. March 3rd, 1975, and on this day in 1985, okay, they'll show highlights of everything of what happened in the past weeks between Lonnie Cobb with Fabulous Moon to pin WWE Women's Champion Randy Richter with Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf to the road to win the title after Moolah hit the champion with a forearm in the face after Richter was trying to help Lawler on the floor after she was attacked by Moolah after the bout. Richter and Lauper scared Moolah and Kai from the ring. And on this day in 1995, a couple of movies released in theaters nationwide. Hideaway, starring Jeff Goldblum, Alicia Silverstone. Man in the House, my favorite movie, childhood movie, Chevy Chase, Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement, George Wendt from Cheers, and the late Farrah Fawcett. Roommate starring D.B. Sweeney and the late Peter Falk. A Western movie called The Wild Bunch, starring Wild Bunch. Starring hold on a second. Oh yeah, it was a re-release of the 1969 movie. It's a re-release from Warner Brothers. Warren Oates, the late Warren Oates, Ernest Borgnine, and the Mangler starring Robert Englund and Ted Levine. Robert Englund is some best known for playing Freddy Krueger. And it's directed by Tube Hooper, next known for directing 1974's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And on this day in 2005, the piece of shit John Cena, who's just turned heel, loses the U.S. title on SmackDown on this day 2005 against Orlando Jordan. And what else? Shawn Michaels returns the favor to Tex Kurt Angle after attacking him last Monday Night on Raw, and he gets taken away by police and security because Kurt Angle's a real coward on the night because he was afraid that Shawn Michaels would show and return the favor from attacking him last on the March on the February 28th, 2005 edition of Raw. And on this day in 2015 on WWE Main Event, Fandango with Rosamundis defeated Curtis Axel, Adam Rose defeated Zack Ryder, Paige defeated Samurai by submission, the Usos defeated the Ascension, and that's it. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed. That'll do for my review about Monday Night Raw. I mean about Monday Night Raw and my history and everything. And subscribe to me, Godfather Soldiers of Slimming. As the late Chin say, I was to dress up like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown. I'm getting in a hot tub and sweat. I'm gonna be dry and wet, referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of Saturday Night Live, doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never really grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s, to be exact. Because I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live from the 80s on Comedy Central. So that'll do it for tonight. Now I'm going to close out the show a little with music. This number one hit single from 1995 by R&B group All For One called She Got Skills. So have all you have a good night. It's midnight. It's on 11:59. Have a good night. I'm out of your piece. And here's something to close out the show. She Got Skills by All For One.